So, good day and welcome to today's session on the MSME Clinic. MSME Clinic is one of those things that we have put in place to look at our entrepreneurs to see how they are doing, the trouble that they are having in their business, and how to troubleshoot and be able to find solution to this problem. Previously, in our analysis, we try to look at risk as a major factor that you have to consider when you are doing business. It's often recommended that anytime you want to start business, sit down carefully and itemize all those possible risks that can affect the business. Once you're done writing down those businesses, the next thing you have to do is to try to do what is called prioritization of those risks. Look at the segment at which they will occur. Then you'll now be able to provide solution by way of mitigation. Previously, in our last two editions, we had talked about the different type of risks and how to mitigate them. We went as far as dovetailing to look at the risk of theft, which is a critical risk, and we looked at it as it affects some kind of enterprises. Today, on our MSME Clinic, we shall be talking about something very unique, something that is critical, something that you overlook, talking about what is regarded as Keyman Risk. From the word Keyman, it's important to note that there is a personality involved in this type of risk. Okay? So, have you ever thought to yourself, if today I fall down and die, God forbid, as we always put it, what happens to your business? Or in the middle of your transactions, you develop an ailment that becomes terminal, or an ailment that puts you permanently on the bed. You're unable to attach those skills that you have and you normally attach to your business. And that's why I want you to pay key attention today as we look at what is regarded as Keyman Risk in business, which is referred to as associated with the dependency of business on the key individual whose knowledge, skills, experience, or relationship are critical to the operation success of that business. Okay? So this risk, the Keyman risk, arises when the performance or the viability of the business is significantly influenced by the presence or absence of that key individual. Don't mind, that individual could be the owner of the business. It could be somebody who has become a key part of that business so that his absence affects that business tremendously. That individual is regarded as a key individual, and that risk is regarded as a Keyman risk. There are basically four types of ways in which Keyman risk manifests its way in a business. And we shall be looking at those four key aspects now. And that is what is critical in risk analysis. And I urge you all to follow us on all our social media handles, because we bring to you topical issues that has to deal with your businesses, the way it's been done. And in case you require us to talk to you individually or talk to your staff in the way you do your business, especially as it has to do with risk and the way you manage your business, we are always available to meet with you and be able to have that discussion. So now we look at four ways in which Keyman risk try to manifest its way in various types of businesses. Number one is the owner, the operator dependency. Okay? We often advise that when you are starting a business, okay, you are the owner of that business. We recommend as a startup, make sure that you are in totality control of the running of that business. Okay? So, as owner, as a startup, never you will your business to another person. And that is the way people like Dangote started. Today, Dangote can afford to will his business to other people while he goes on holiday to go and enjoy himself. So there is the owner-operator dependency. Then there is the specialized expertise. Okay? Then what about the suppliers and the buyers? They could become a key man in your business. And of course, you can have financial management as one aspect of ways in which key man manifests his way. So in a short while, we're going to be looking at the different type of businesses and how this key man is able to manifest his way. And the first one that we mentioned is the owner-operator dependency. Okay? Most businesses start with owner-managed. Okay? It could be family-managed business, or it could be business that is now managed by operators which you have adequately trained. So what happens if that business becomes heavily dependent on that individual? Okay, so if it's heavily dependent on the owner or the operator for decision making, management, and day-to-day operation, what is likely going to happen if the owner or the operator, if he's unable to work due to illness, injury, or other reason, then the business may experience destruction or face challenges in maintaining the productivity and profitability. So as an individual, like I have recommended, when it comes to ownership, okay, own your business, but at initial stage, try to manage it so that you can be able to figure out all the risk. Then you now try to introduce other people that can work with you in trying to make sure that that business continues. So we're saying that if you run a business and if you are absent in that business for a week and that business has issues, then it means that you are here to do what is needful. Okay? So the second way by which Keyman manifests itself is by specialized expertise. You have grown individuals who, without them, you cannot run your operations. So that becomes a specialized expertise. It could be by way of precision technique. Okay? There is a particular person, is only a person who can put on the generator. Okay? When it comes to good agronomic practice, if you are running a farm enterprise, for example, it is the only person who will be able to, put all those practices in place. In livestock management, what about in marketing skills? So when you have that kind of specialist expertise and their absence or their illness or death could go a long way to affecting your business at the end of the day. So we also recommend that you always find suitable replacement. And again, we're going to look in a short while and how to deal with all these Keyman risks and how to possibly deal with them. Then you have a situation where you have key suppliers and buyers. Okay? So it's just one person that supplies you an item. And we often recommend that in the line of your supplier, always make sure that you have 3 people so that you can always compare prices. Okay? So when you want to buy a particular item, get like 3 different prices, and once you get those prices at the end of the day, you'll now be able to make a choice. And in case one of them is disappointing you, you can easily fall back on another person to make that supply to you. The same thing goes with the buyer. Okay? There is a particular type of person that buys your product. So that is talking about key suppliers and key buyers relationship. So you must be able to ensure that you diversify. Make sure that different people are your suppliers and different people are the ones buying from you. So this can impact the supply chain pricing and market access at the end of the day. Look in at suppliers and buyers relationship. The last one we talk about is the financial management. The Keyman risk can also be financial in nature, where you have it's only one person that negotiates your loan, or it's only one person that takes your critical financial decision. Okay? If, for example, you are running apps and it's only one person that has all the codes for you to be able to make your necessary supply, then you are said to have what is called financial management risk in terms of Keyman risk. And this can lead to instability and, of course, mismanagement in your business. So having looked at this aspect of different aspects of Keyman risk, we are going to be looking at how to mitigate this risk now. And there are about 4 ways you can mitigate the Keyman risk. Number 1 is to do what is called succession planning. And succession planning is a very important aspect today that people look about and talk about to say, is your business able to continue after some time and you've been able to consolidate? Who is going to succeed you? Okay? Is it the older staff, or are you going to bring somebody from the family to be able to continue in that line of business? And we often argue about family business not lasting for long. And in Africa, we've not been practicing much of this. Okay, so to mitigate, there are 4 strategies. 1 is succession planning. 2 is cross-training and knowledge sharing. Then 3 is insurance. And of course, number 4 is to be able to diversify responsibility. So we are on the home cruise trying to look at these mitigation strategies one by one. And we mentioned earlier that the first one is the succession planning. So we're saying develop a succession planning to identify and group potential successors within the business or family to be able to take over roles in case unexpected happens. Okay? So you can look at some of your staff that have spent quite a number of years. you can begin to diversify by selling shares to them. And you can use that as like the best staff will become the manager eventually, in case you don't have maybe your family member coming to take over. Number two way to mitigate the Keyman risk is to be able to look at cross-training and knowledge sharing. So ensure that you train your staff in different aspects of the business. Okay? Give them what is called cross-training and be able to have knowledge sharing. Let them know a bit of what the other person is doing. Then number three talks about diversification of responsibility. Delegate responsibility across team members and create redundancy if key functions to reduce dependency on specific individual. Talking about diversification of responsibility. That is the third one. And of course, the last one is talking about insurance. Insurance. Consider key person insurance policies that provide financial protections to the businesses in event of a key individual's death or disability. So these are the four ways in which you can look at Keyman's risk to be able to mitigate them. And from what we have said so far, you can see that Keyman risk is a very critical risk that a lot of us ignore in our business. And I urge you today, and that's why we took our time to bring it to your knowledge of what it means, the different types of it, the way it manifests in business, and the four ways to mitigate them. So by recognizing and addressing Keyman risk, businesses can enhance their resilience, continuity, and long-term sustainability in the face of uncertainty related to key individual role within the organizations. On this note, we ask that if you need more information about risk and risk management in different aspects of business, you're free to reach out to us on our various social media handles. Let me thank you for listening to our MSME Clinic today, and I hope that it's been beneficial to all of us. Thank you and have a great day.